Hi YouTube family, it's Jessica Marshall, Naturally Beautiful Hair Care. I'm back from a little bit of a hiatus. My daughter, being 7.5 months, she takes a lot of my time. I have to learn how to balance out my life, but I did want to get back to making some videos. And this video I really wanted to make because it's about a topic that I find to be extremely important. It covers a lot of spectrums in a holistic way about our hair, and that is knowing the hands that are in our hair. I know many people can probably relate to feeling like certain hands create great hair for them, or their hair responds well, their minds respond well, they feel really great. Or hands that are in our hair that leave us with either hair that's not responsive, maybe even damaged or broken, also feeling some type of negativity. We carry that, and I feel more so we carry that in hair that's locked because I believe we hold energy a little bit longer. Hair doesn't shed as much, but I think all hair holds energy. This is something that is not a new train of thought that I'm introducing. A lot of people are aware that they don't want, just any hands in their hair, and that goes back to historically. I mean, our hair, and I will discuss that in a separate video about some ways that our hair has been very significant and powerful, spiritually and otherwise. But getting back to what we're saying about the hands in our hair, when we are trying to have, a great set of locks, or a great head of hair, or just have a positive life, there is something called an energy field, I believe. Oh, it's actually not something I believe, it's actually a fact that we have energy fields, and every part of our being has energy field. Everything has an energy field, but we more so have it, and we transfer and we exchange energy. When hands are in your hair, they can be healing or helpful, not only to your hair, but to you as an overall person. So I want you to think about, the first question is, why are these hands in my hair? So again, whether the hands are family, friends, someone you know, or they're you need to check, is this my hair being touched out of curiosity, or dismay, or disgust, or admiration, or love? Why is my hair being, is it being styled temporarily, permanently? Is it being a rush job because I'm getting ready to run down a runway? Or, oftentimes a lot of models and hair models have a lot of stress on their hair. Am I getting a service, like a lock service, that's going to be long term? Or something, think about that. Think about whoever's in your hair, especially if they're a service provider. Are they providing a service that's designed to repair and heal hair, and also be very sensitive to you as a person and your psyche and how you're relating to your hair? If it's yourself, here's a question you need to ask yourself. Are you touching your hair lovingly, longingly? I love my hair. Oh, my hair is just great. I love it. Or are you irritated and aggravated? Oh, I can't get it to do what it wants to do. It's just not cooperating with me. I'm just frustrated, and so you're kind of manipulating it and grabbing it and over manipulating oftentimes to try to get it to do what you want it to do. Those are things to begin to think about, because if the interaction in your hair is overly negative, it's not going to benefit us in the long run. We're not going to get the results we want, and the subtle influences that manipulation has will affect us long term. Again, everything that I say about our hair also can go to us, our hair, our minds, our psyches, and us as human beings. I will discuss in another video just how powerful our hair is. It is an extension of us. But back to what I'm saying. So we need to be mindful of that. Is it nurturing? We also need to ask, how does the person that's touching our hair, how does the person that's touching your hair feel about you? Good rule of thumb that I follow, I think a lot of people follow, they should follow, if they don't, is that you should not have anyone touch your hair that does not respect you as a person. Take it even further, they have a lack of respect for others. That's a person you want to be cautious about touching your hair, because in essence, a person who feels very good about themselves will never find delight in or ever really find it to be something that they've spent time on talking about or being hurtful and negative towards others. So a lot of beauty shops I see, I just shake my head, like on TV, or mainly on TV, but you know, sometimes you'll walk into a shop and there's a lot of gossip, there's negativity, it's just, you know, and they're in people's heads. Worse off is when you see a stylist or you're in a shop and they're speaking another language. So this, for instance, I'm not picking on African braid shops, but if you're in an African braid shop and they're talking another language about their client in the chair to another stylist and their hands are in that client, that is something that would be a complete no-no in my book. You're not going to get the loving care and attention that you deserve. You're not going to get, your hair is like a plant. It's not going to get watered. It's not going to get nurture that's necessary for long term. So the person that's in your hair must have a basic level of respect for you. If it's a stranger, if it's someone that doesn't really care for you, and they go grabbing at your hair like, oh, you need to be able to make sure you put some boundaries, because as little as it's respected, that energy transfer could stay with you in your energy field, in your aura, let alone your hair. Your hair is a reflection of what's going on internally. So, and internally in someone else, they can transfer directly to you. So, I mean, also, again, when you touch your own hair, how do you feel about your hair? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you need to work on it? I mean, you got to get in a good place with yourself in order to really have great results. So those are some things you need to know. And lastly, loving hands equal loving hair. And, you know, transferring the positive energy through our hair. Our hair is a super duper conductor of energy both ways. Your stylist transfers to you, you transfer to your stylist. And if that person is in your hair, and doesn't necessarily mean just your stylist, it could be your husband, your wife, your children, your co-workers, and they have good intentions for you as a person, their good intentions will flow around, and that energy will be absorbed to you. Out of this, you know, also, if it is a stylist that really cares for you, they're more likely than not going to use great products and great styling techniques that are going to sustain healthy hair. And they're also going to treat you, the individual, as the primary focus of attention. How do you feel? Making sure that you're comfortable, making sure that, you know, they will never, ever, this is an absolute no-no in my book, is to talk negatively about a client in the chair to the client, to have you feel bad about yourself or any part of your hair. You are trusting someone when you willingly go in their chair or allow them to put their hands in your hair. You're willingly allowing them to transfer energy. So that responsibility is great on the person who is handling your hair to take respect and care of you. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. So make sure that you do take this seriously and stand up for what you feel. If you don't want anyone in your hair, you say no. Instinct and gut intuition is first and foremost. And if you don't want that person around you, that's the next step. Because, again, energy transferred directly to you when you're being touched, when your hair is being touched, but also when someone is near you. You can feel it. So I wanted to say that. And thank you very much for taking time to listen to this video. I hope that helps. And this is Jessica Marshall, Naturally Beautiful Hair Care, and we approach hair from a holistic perspective: mind, body, spirit, beauty, spiritual, cultural. It is all one. We are all connected, and you'll have beautiful hair, beautiful energy, and just have great results. So thank you guys. I'm going to be back with another video. I really want to get into the powerful hair piece and just kind of have you see some things and some photos across time. So I'm putting that together next. And see you then. Bye-bye.